My parents disowned me because I was poor. Now they're homeless, and I'm the one ignoring calls. About a week later, I got a formal email from my mother. The subject line? Family matters. Not joking. The email was short, but full of that tone, the one that blends guilt with pride, a cocktail she perfected. Hi, my name. Your father and I have been discussing the distance that's grown between us. We know the last few years weren't ideal, and we all made mistakes. That said, we're going through a very difficult time right now. As you probably know, your father's company had to shut down. We're in the process of restructuring our finances, and it would mean a lot to us if you could help, even temporarily. Family helps family. After all, hope to hear from you soon. Mom, no apology. No acknowledgement of how they dropped me when I was drowning. No questions about how I was, just assumptions about what I had and what I could give. And that phrase, family helps family, hit me like a slap. Because when I was broke, I wasn't family. I was a burden, an inconvenience. And now, I was a bank. I decided to respond. I could have ignored her, blocked her, let them stew, but I wanted closure. And, if I'm honest, I wanted clarity. I needed to see just how far the rot went. So I replied, simple and surgical. Subject, family matters. Hi, Mom. Appreciate the message. Before we talk about anything financial, I think it's fair to revisit how our relationship has functioned over the past few years, or more specifically, how it hasn't. When I was unemployed and emotionally wrecked, no one offered me a place to stay. No one asked how I was doing. I came to you all with empty hands, and instead of support, I got silence. Now that I'm doing well, suddenly I'm family again. That's not how I define family. Happy to talk more, but only if it's honest. My name, she didn't respond for days. Then finally, another email, shorter this time. We did what we thought was best at the time. Sorry if you felt abandoned. That was never our intention. But what's done is done. If you're not interested in helping, just say so. We'll manage. The gaslighting in that response practically dripped off the screen. So I said what needed to be said. I'm not interested in helping people who only love me when I'm useful. My sister showed up. A week later, there was a knock on my door. My building has a private lobby with secure entry, but my name isn't on the mailbox. So I knew whoever was at that door had gone digging. I checked the peephole. It was Elaine, holding a Starbucks cup and wearing that same performative concerned look she used to give me when I wore non-brand clothes to family brunches. I opened the door halfway. Wow, she said, looking around my hallway. This is really nice. I didn't know you'd moved. I didn't say anything. She handed me the coffee. I didn't take it. Can I come in? No, I said flatly. Say what you came to say. She blinked. The tension hit her. She wasn't ready for boundaries. Okay, look, I know we weren't there for you. I'll own that. But Mom and Dad, they're not perfect. Things are really bad right now. They could lose the house. And I asked, you could help. You can help. I don't know what you're doing, but people are talking. Mark said you might have started some business thing. If you're doing well, maybe this is your chance to set things right. I almost laughed. Set things right. Like I was the one who broke them. I set things right the day I walked away. I told her, and I'm not your bailout plan. Tell Mom and Dad good luck. I closed the door. Didn't slam it. Didn't scream. Just close it, like a chapter. Then came Mark. Of course, he couldn't resist. Mr. Doctor. Mr. Golden Child. He called me. I let it go to voicemail. Hey, listen, I don't know what all this drama is about. I get that you got some grudge, but family is family. You're clearly doing well now, so maybe it's time to stop playing victim and act like a man. Let's talk. I saved the voicemail, not because I wanted to keep it, but because sometimes it's good to have reminders of what you escaped, what they still don't know. Here's what I haven't told them, and probably never will. I now own 3 homes, one of which I rent to a family I actually helped during their hard times. I've donated more money to strangers than I would ever give to my own parents. I built a private scholarship for first-gen college students pursuing creative careers. I pay my freelance team double the industry rate because I know what it's like to be undervalued. I'm happy. Truly, deeply, peacefully happy. No more proving myself. No more begging for love. No more shrinking to fit their expectations. A final message. A few weeks ago, I sent one final message to our old family group chat. They had added me back. By the way, I hadn't said a word in it since 2020. So I typed this. To be clear, I don't hate any of you, but I also don't owe any of you access to the life I built without your help. I hope things work out. I really do, but I'm not your emergency fund. I'm not your redemption arc. I'm not coming back. And then I left the group. For good this time. Some stories end with forgiveness. Others end with revenge. Mine? It ended with silence. But not mine this time. Theirs. And it was the most satisfying sound I'd ever heard. After I left the family group chat, the guilt campaigns kicked into overdrive. It wasn't even subtle anymore. My aunt messaged me on Facebook. A cousin I hadn't spoken to in years suddenly tagged me in an old photo with a caption, "Family is forever red heart." One of my mother's church friends emailed me with some vague message about bridging divides before it's too late. They were trying everything. Manipulation, shame, nostalgia. None of it worked. And then, when they realized I couldn't be guilt, they got mean. Elaine posted a cryptic status. Some people forget where they came from once they make a little money. Sad. My mom sent an email to my ex-girlfriend, of all people, trying to fish for intel. She told me right away and blocked her. Mark? He took the low road, told extended family members that I was having a midlife meltdown, and spending recklessly to feel superior. The same guy who once told me I was too sensitive now couldn't handle a taste of his own medicine. What they didn't realize was I didn't care. I'd spent my entire life bending myself into shapes that made them comfortable. And now, I had no interest in fitting their narrative. Let them paint me as the villain. Let them choke on their own versions of story. Because here's the thing, I had receipts. About 6 months after the fallout, I got a surprise invitation. A wedding. Elaine's daughter, my niece, was getting married. The invite came by physical mail. Embossed. Gold-trimmed. Like nothing had ever happened. No apology. No note. Just my name, an RSVP card, and a seat assignment. Table 14. I stared at it for 5 minutes. And then I realized this was their play. A photo op. A peace offering that wasn't really about peace. Just a chance to look good, smooth things over, and pretend the last few years hadn't happened. I didn't RSVP. But I did go. Just not the way they expected. Showing up my way. The wedding was at a vineyard. Classic. We're still doing fine energy. Everyone wore the usual expensive neutrals. Tans, creams, dusty pinks. I showed up in an all-black tailored suit with dark sunglasses and a watch that cost more than my dad's last car. I brought a +1, my business partner. She's brilliant, confident, and doesn't take BS from anyone. The kind of woman who makes people whisper at country club tables. We didn't stay long, just enough to say hi, snap a few photos, and stir the pot. You should have seen their faces. Mom's forced smile. Elaine's wide eyes. Mark's confused blink like he'd seen a ghost, or a ghost with a better bank account. No one asked what I did for work. They didn't have to. I didn't donate to the gift fund. I didn't toast. I didn't even stay for cake. We left after an hour. The only person I spoke to with genuine warmth was my niece, the bride. She gave me a long hug and whispered, "I'm so glad you came. I missed you." That was all I needed. The final nail. 2 months after the wedding, my parents listed their house. I saw the Zillow post before they even mentioned it. Photos of my childhood room, now staged with hotel art and fake plants. A lifetime of memories turned into an MLS number. They were downsizing. Quietly. Shamefully. The retirement plan had failed. My dad's business had finally imploded. My mom's carefully cultivated image was cracking. And me? I bought a new property the same week. Cash. Same neighborhood. Bigger house. Better view. They still don't know why I'm telling this story. Some people will read this and say I'm petty, that I should have taken the high road, that family is family. But those people probably never sat alone on Christmas, wondering why their parents stopped calling. They never had a sibling who looked at them like a broken investment. They never saw their own mother choose pride over love. I'm not bitter. I'm not even angry anymore. I'm just free. Free from obligation. Free from the invisible debt they thought I owed for being born. Free from the lie that blood means loyalty. And in that freedom, I've found peace. The kind of peace they'll never have. One last thing. Sometimes I drive past their old house. It's empty now. Sold to a young couple with 2 golden retrievers and a baby swing on the porch. The life my parents clung to is gone, and the son they once discarded, he's doing just fine.